What is up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Jay's Tech and Tutorials. Today we're going to be talking about top 3 APKs for movies and TV shows. Now, of course, this is my opinion, but we're going to dive right into it. So first, what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to get the APKs. Now, I'll definitely put in the description my link to the video where you can get Filelinked, because we're going to skip that and we're going to go straight into these APKs. My Filelinked Store number is 128-25-402. And I'll leave it here for about a moment so that you can go ahead and put it on your device. So now we're going to go into my store. Now keep in mind, it didn't ask me for my pin because it's got it bookmarked. My pin is 1090. And I'll put that also in the description. Now let's move on to the APKs. So Cinema HD is at the very top. And I have these in orders that I like them. So Cinema HD is one. So you're going to hit the arrow, let it load. Media Box is another that I do like. And Morphix TV. Now, I always try to stay up to date with the applications, but the good thing about these applications is that if they're behind a version, it always tells you to go ahead and just update it right through it. So now that they're all done, we're going to go ahead and click the play button. It's going to ask me to install it. Move over to the right, click install. Once it's done installing, we don't have to open it. What we want to go ahead and do is close it out or hit done and then go down to the next one, Media Box HD. Click install. Give it a moment. Now with the 4K Firesticks, it's fairly quick, maybe a few seconds, and then it's done. So that Media Box is now done. We're going to go ahead and click on Morphix, which is our last one. Click install. And then now once this is done, always when you back out, I always advise to go over to the top corner where the question mark is and the trash can with the X. Click on it and then click yes. This is going to clear out that cache that we just downloaded for that data, those applications. Now that we have the applications, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go into our application settings. So if you hold down the home button on the Firestick remote, then click on apps, our applications are going to be at the very bottom. If you hold the center button until it comes up and says press select to drop the item where you want it, you can then move up to the main area. And what I mean by the main area is I mean in your main applications. That way you don't have to always go all the way back into apps. It's at the very beginning. Now that we have them at the very beginning, see? And of course they're going to be in your more recent as you use them, as you see things here. But now that they're at the very beginning, we're going to go ahead and open up Cinema HD version 2. We're going to allow. And you see how it pops up is one version newer, which means I need to update my store. You want to click install. It'll come back up as just like we did in Filelinked. We're going to install it. And then once it's done, we're going to go ahead and open the application again. You don't have to move the application back to the front or anything like that. It just replaces the application. You want to accept. Of course, click OK. And right here is some of the things that I like to look at. So immediately from the beginning, you're going to be in TV shows, which is great. You know, a lot of people out there love their TV shows, like to see it at the very beginning. I think you're able to change that setting in the hamburger menu here once we go into settings. But I always like to hit the settings first. So when I go down to settings, I like to always fix things around the way I like to do it. And you don't have to do it this way, but that's your choice. This is just what I like to do. So I like to click on Show Aired Episode Only, Show HD Only. And if you keep going down, if you have a Reel to Bread, an All to Bread, a Premiumize, you can always add it. You can add your Track TV to it. That's pretty much it for me right there. So now going into the TV shows, we're going to go ahead and we'll click Thieves of the Woods. Just as an example, we're going to populate. It's going to show the first season. If you click on the episode and then go down, you'll see that there's a box on the play button in the center. We want to hit the play button. This is going to start auto-populating links. Not much, about a minute or so, just to find as many links as possible because it is scraping. Now that it's scraped the internet for a few links, sometimes it's a hit or miss. It comes with free movies and TV shows. But you can go ahead and I'm always going to go with the HLS. You see how in the brackets there it says VidMolly and then HLS. Anything that says HLS CDN, it's going to be fast servers and they're definitely going to work fairly well for you. So if you click on it, and then I always like to use the internal player. You can always use MX player or VLC player. It's really up to you. This is more of a preference thing also. Everyone always says, well, MX player works better. I don't think there's much of a difference, but you be the judge of that. So we'll go ahead and click play. So now that you saw it's playing, you're going to get an ad. Now, there is definitely a trick here that you can do for the ads, and that's using AdGuard. I'll be definitely showing a video soon on that, and that way you can go ahead and stop those ads, because that's the one thing that cinema does is they do have ads, and that's how they make their revenue in order to keep their APK going. So if we pop back out and go all the way to the beginning, if we go ahead and click on the arrow, you're going to see popular. You're going to see trending, top rated, airing today, on air, DVD releases, animation, drama, comedy, western, crime, documentary, mystery, family, action, adventure, kids, news, reality, sci-fi, and so on. So this is where you'll see your different breakdowns of groups of how you can actually search or filter through the TV shows. Now we're going to pop over back to the hamburger menu and click on movies and TV shows. Now that we've clicked on movies, now we'll get the latest movies that are available. Here we'll see popular. I always like to go with DVD release or also new HD release. But sometimes it always varies. The best way to find out if something is HD or not is just giving it a try. So we'll go back to popular and we'll click on Bloodshot. Now it's a different style of look for the movies because there's no seasons obviously, but you'll start to see links populate here on the right hand side. Once again, I'm a big guy on the HLS CDN networks just because it's very low streaming. I mean, drop some comments. Tell me what you like to use better, if the HLSs work better, CDNs, or if it's just a regular 1080p, 720p regular link that works for you. So I'm going to scroll down and look at how many links we're getting here. I mean, wow, this is a lot. Let's go ahead and try CDN fast server. The HLSs haven't really been working, but the CDN fast server looks like it went through for us. So pretty good quality here. I mean, for free, you can't beat it. So I'm going to go ahead and pop back out of there. And once again, of course, we get an ad. Now, this is the only issue I have with it. Of course, I get it. You have to, get paid some type of revenue for it to be able to maintain these links, but it is definitely one after the other. So pretty much this is the Cinema HD app. And like I said, I do like it. It definitely has a lot of links to it. Our next one we're going to go ahead and give it a try is MediaBox. Now, MediaBox is pretty interesting, I will say. And by the way, these are going to pop up. They have also a lifetime VIP $10.99. I haven't really tried that, so I'm just going to click cancel. And we'll see here with MediaBox, it's also a hit or miss with ads. But usually they're at the bottom. They may not pop up after you try to pop out of a movie. So with MediaBox, we're going to go ahead and hit the hamburger button, go into settings, do the same thing. Of course, these applications are all different in their own style. So we always just want to run through and just make sure we, make changes as far as like here they have enable kid mode, which is pretty good if your kids are on the Firestick during the day until you get home, especially what's going on right now with this global pandemic. They've got themes for dark. So here they don't really have options like Cinema does for updating, showing HD only, showing aired episodes only, and that's okay. So we're going to go ahead and go down, and we're going to give, and there's the ad, but that's okay with me. That's a tiny ad. It's not that bad. We're going to go ahead and click on this movie here, Bad Boys. And then we're going to, over on the right-hand side, you'll see the play button is red. We're going to click on that, and it's going to look for links. And boom, it was that quick. Definitely might be outranking Cinema right now, because that was fairly fast. It hit the first link and played immediately. So I may be wrong on these top three. I mean, there is an order for them for me, but I mean, there's always a hit or miss, like I said. So we can go ahead and let's take a look at TV shows. So of course, guys, I'm using my keyboard. So that is why you're able to see the mouse toggle and then the finger clicker there. You should still be able to use it on with your Firestick remote. So let's go ahead and we'll click on Ozark. And with TV shows, we'll scroll down and change seasons. Now the blue, when it's over the blue season, that means it's toggled and you can click on it. The other numbers are the episodes. So we'll just click on the newest season that came out, and press play. And then boom, guys. I mean, first episode. Good to go. We're going to pop out of here. I don't want to get in trouble for any copyright or anything like that. So as you can see, MediaBox is fairly quicker. Definitely works faster. But that could change. These apps are free. So if they're not maintained, they can collapse very easily. So I still will use Cinema as my first pick. But you leave me the comments at the bottom and let me know what you think and what you like. What best works for you out of these three APKs? All right. And the final APK that we're going to check out today is Morphix. Now, Morphix is pretty cool. Their TV show lineups aren't that great. They are working on it. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at it. So, of course, almost has that same Cinema feel to it. It's going to open up. This one opens up with movies first. So we're going to still go over to settings first. Always click that hamburger menu. And here we have options like we did in Cinema. So we can choose our players, choose our play action, low profile, restart, required, autoplay random episodes, show grid. So we're just going to run through here. Okay, not that many options, nothing that I want to change myself. So we'll go ahead and we'll start with Birds of Prey. We'll click on it. Definitely a different layout. We'll click on play. And the cool thing about Morphix, guys, is that it's boom, instantaneous play. I do like that a lot about it. It's almost like MediaBox, but MediaBox, we see a link and then boom, it plays. So it is great. So we're going to go ahead, and if you scroll down, once again, most popular, still looks almost the same as Cinema, but it's got its own little style to it. I would advise going through these applications, getting to know them very well, because that's how you make the decision on what you like. Remember, these are my top 3 only because I've used them for a while. Maybe you have one that I missed, or maybe one of these you like better than I like Cinema. Leave it in the comments. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to click on TV shows. Now, this is what I said. This is my only downfall on this application. And I'm sure that they're working on it and trying to add more. But their TV show lineup, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. While some people love movies, other people are all about their TV shows. This is my only downfall, and I hope that they update this coming very soon. I'm sure they're going to come out with updates that are going to have more shows on it. But then again, you could always have more fixed just for the movies, and you could use Media Box for the TV shows or Cinema or whatever you like to use. So pretty much, these are all 3 of the APKs that I do like. Please don't forget to go ahead and smash that subscribe button, like the video, and I'm out.